Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpack Trader Training Room for Wednesday, April 2nd, 2025. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not to be considered individual financial advice. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds you can afford to do without. All right. That, set that aside. We do have a crude oil inventory report at 10:30 this morning. Crude is in a long trade. That was a get in sync at our start time, 9 o'clock. And unleaded is also in a long trade just a couple of bars ago. Unleaded from 3057 and crude from 7. Actually, I adjusted, and it came up to 88 twice. Eighty 87 is our, I'm sorry, 86 is our entry. I would adjust that to 88, get above those two swings. But we're in that trade nonetheless. Looks like we've got resistance right at $71. It just came up all the way to 71 the last bar. It was a slow rejection, not a real hard one, so it's testing the 50 again right now. Money management at 71.05, target at 71.07. Stop and reverse potential here on unleaded. $3.034, 4-tick adjustment takes it to 3.030, and we'll take it down to 2.9 on key level. And it looks like 3.030 was low, so we're still in the long trade on unleaded. Soybeans has a get in sync coming up in less than a minute. Nothing else on tap. Does not appear. Crude hanging out right around the 50 EMA. There's a long trade on YM right at market open, and that was too fast to execute. And now a short trade, also too fast to execute. That stops out. So the long trade was off the table with that one. Nothing on the micro Russell. We're still in the long on unleaded. And there is a get in sync. So we're now in the long on soybeans. Money management on the unleaded long and target one. Money management and target on crude. So our stop will come up to 89. So this will be a one and done session for crude. The YM picks up a long. Now, was there time to get into that is the question. Same with micro crude or micro Russell. And the answer is no. The micro Russell definitely was too fast to catch. And so was the YM. So two no trades there. I won't mark those up. Soybeans in the long trade. Crude and unleaded in long trades. Unleaded needs one more push to get up to target 2. 3096. Stop and reverse adjustment keeping us in the long trade, doing its job. All right, new long trade on crude, crude YM. That has not triggered in yet. Now we have a short that does trigger. That should have had time to get into the short. Although I don't particularly like the short. I think we may have a reversion to mean here. And it's big enough. And there's target 1. So we're trailing. This will be a one and done YM session. 017, and that's the stop out. So we're done on the YM. Just missing target 2 on unleaded. $3099 is Session high 3096 is the target. We got the 309. Yeah, missed it by one tick. Setting a new session low and stopping at full stop out on soybeans. $3.059 for the stop. On unleaded. And looks like we got there. Yep. Unleaded stops out, so need another trade for target 2 traders. Target 1 traders are done. YM is done, so we'll put it up, put unleaded up there. And we're in a trade from too early on the micro NQ. We're waiting for a new one. $70.94 for the crude stop on the trailing stop on target 2. Crude stop at 70.94. It's like 71.19 for target 2. We've gotten within 3 ticks. Looks like we got to 71.16. Unleaded gets target 2. Now that's interesting. Oh yeah, it's going to try to track the new long trade. So that actually was a get in sync. That's a valid long for target 2 traders. We stopped out well below the entry, and that will be a B trade number 2. Short trade, that should be avoidable on micro NQ. Spike just through the entry and then back to the stop. Long trade on the micro Russell. And that looks like a full stop out, unfortunately. So we have one loss on the micro Russell this morning. Another avoidable short on the micro NQ. Unleaded in its second trade. So we stopped out of the first trade on the trailer at 59. Our entry was 57, so we got target 2 traders get 4 ticks out of that. Target 1 traders pick up 27. Long trade of the micro NQ that did trigger in based on the wick. $17, 2 ticks away from crude target. Still at 94 for the stop. Stop and reverse to short on micro NQ. That 9, I'm gonna say make that 944 3/4. Yeah. There's money management. So stop to 944 and a half. $444, excuse me, not 944. And stopping out for a break even. Long trade now. That goes to money management. Now, I don't know. That looks like it went through awfully quickly. Yeah, that went through too fast to catch. That's not tradable. So we have a full loss on the long. No adjustment on the short. 945. And then a no trade. So that's a break even. And then a no trade. Looks like that's also a no trade on the micro Russell. Too fast to catch that one. Stopped out at 98 on crude. That completes that session. Micro Russell would have been a break even if we had been able to get in it. Looks like unleaded stopped and reversed. Probably. Let's check that. 59. Yeah, 54 would be our entry. And it looks like it certainly made that. So yes, we do stop and reverse to short. That looks like a valid trade on the micro NQ. Looks like it went to the stop and then came back to the entry. We're going to have to track that one manually. Short trade also on the micro Russell. This is a slightly larger trade now. We're going to, yeah, target 2 is big enough to bring the target down. Target 1 certainly will be at least that's 20 ticks. And that's a second full loss. Long trade. Touch the entry, push it if you need to. There's another entry. Money management needs to go up 1, 23 flat. Yes. Slowing down a bit now. Take a full, that's a loss on the micro NQ. We transition into a long. So long on the micro NQ, long on the micro Russell. Micro Russell made money management and break-even stop. So market being a bit fickle this morning. Micro NQ trade slightly larger than normal. Unfortunately, the Micro Russell trade stopped out at break even and then went to target. Ah well, just a noisy morning. There's our first possible trade on the on Forex, our pound Aussie chart, a short at 529. Micro NQ still in the long trade. Unleaded still in short trade. $28 might not be a bad adjustment on the pound Aussie. That's very close to 50. Give it almost 2 ticks, or 2 pips rather. Missed money management by a tick on pound or on the micro NQ. I'm getting my charts mixed up this morning. And then we have a possible stop and reverse. $48.75. And we did trigger it, so we are now short. Actually, that may be is that the third loss? I'll follow this one while I go back and look. Micro Russell also picking up a short. Getting money management. Need 1 and target. So I'm trailing 22-1 and hitting target 4. What did we get down to in the pound Aussie? 30. 28.3. So the adjustment to 28 kept us out. Unadjusted would have triggered in. Money management on micro NQ. 48. Change that yet. 48.5. Ooh. And that's a break-even stop out of the micro NQ. $20.1 for the micro Russell, and that is where it stops out. No 10 a.m. crude mini session. That is superseded by the crude oil inventory report today at 10:30. Long trade on the micro Russell. That looks like it's taking heat and stopping out. So it's one loss, break even. That one, yeah, that's a win and a break even. That's a loss. That's two losses. That's a break even. That's 5 trades already. That's the third loss. So we are done. Done with the micro Russell. Long trade on the micro NQ. I'll mark this up and go check and see if that we would be in that. Looks like a big trade. Yeah, big wick. So target will be target 1. Stop and reverse back to long on unleaded. $31.01. And that's it, money management. So we'll go to 30.99. Because this is just for target 2 traders, so we've not gotten any targets in hand yet, so we will honor the major key level. Break-even trade on the micro NQ. Oh, that big trade was a full loss. Well, yeah, stop and reverse, almost a full loss. And that's going to be one break even. That was a stop and reverse loss. So that's 2 losses. That was a valid trade. That's 3 losses. So yeah, we're done with the session on micro NQ. Actually flat on the pound Aussie with an adjustment around the 50. That adjustment still keeping us out of a short trade. Nothing on soybeans. We got about 13 minutes, almost 15 minutes to go. I'll need to shut this stream down about 10:15, and I'll bring up a new stream about 10:25 for the crude oil inventory report. The report should be out at 10:30. We'll wait 2 minutes and start looking for trades at that point. Micro NQ is done, so I'll bring unleaded back where it belongs. Major key level adjustment took us out. So we lost a couple of ticks on that. That's our 2 positions. But unleaded is not treating us very well. So flat on the pound Aussie, flat on soybeans. Crude is done, YM is done, Russell is done, micro NQ is done, unleaded trying to get positive. We got a 4-tick partial win on our first trade. Then we go stop and reverse to break even, and now we have a 3099 short. Actually, no, that's a 3098, and we only got to 99. So that leaves us still flat. We did get stopped out at 99 because of our stop and reverse adjustment. So still active on our, and there is a potential long trade on the pound Aussie. And pound Aussie does trigger in. Small-ish trade looks like. Yeah, target one is only 10 pips. So we'll go to target two, money management at 12 pips. Not likely to see the end of that trade. We'll see what happens. And the short trade on unleaded cancels. So unleaded is flat. Soybeans hanging out right now at its 200 EMA. Also the session low set some 30 minutes ago. 1025 and a half. Right. Getting almost time to go, and we have a new short on unleaded. Unlikely to see the end of this trade either. We've got 4 minutes before we'll need to take off and set up for the trade. Did trigger in. I would not stay in this trade beyond about 10:25. Close to the 50. 3078 was the entry. 50's at 3076. Yeah, four tick adjustment would have been a good play there, but still would have gotten us in at 74. So I'll leave it where it is. As I say, unlikely that we'll see the end of this trade. Same is true with the pound Aussie long. Still nothing on soybeans. All right, it's about time to close it down. Yeah, it's kind of what I expected. Still having trouble getting through the 200 EMA on pound Aussie, and not getting through the 50 EMA on unleaded. So we'll have to leave it here for now. I'll be back in about 10 minutes with the crude oil inventory report on a new stream. See everybody shortly.